Hello everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We are in Orlando and I am with the team at Fastsewn with Steen Mikkelsen, and we're talking about automation, sewn automation, a huge part of we need it now and a huge part of the future.
Yeah.
So Steen, could you tell us about your innovation, about this machine, what it's actually capable of now, and how it's developing for the future?
Yes. So I'll start out by saying sewing is difficult, and that is the reason it's one of the largest industries in the world that has not been automated.
It is.
And it's because it's difficult, and textiles are flexible, they fold and curl, and that's why we can wear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
we can't live without them either.
That's right. We can't wear cardboard or aluminum. It has to be foldable and flexible. So therefore, the sewing challenge is not the sewing itself; it's the handling.
Yeah.
It's the way you control the material while it's being sewn.
Yep.
And over 25 years, I worked with cutting machines. One of the beautiful things about flatbed cutters is that you hold the material in one position with vacuum when you do the processing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it happened after we sold to Gerber, and I spent about 1.5 years with Gerber traveling around, visiting customers, and noticed the same thing everywhere. A lot of automation, a lot of digital printing, a lot of beautiful cutting. But when it came to the sewing, it was 2 doors, and in there sits like 50 people pushing fabric through machines.
Yep.
And I kept thinking, this is kind of crazy. Why can it not be automated? Worked on it for about a year, moved back to Denmark and started working on it, and I gave up.
Okay.
Because and I visited a lot of robotics companies.
Yeah.
But it's difficult.
It is difficult, and it's so diverse as well across all of the different product ranges. So you've got to try and start somewhere, haven't you?
So then, the nice thing is, sometimes the question is better than the answer, or more important. So I asked the question, is there something we could eliminate?
Yep.
And the first thing I eliminated was garments.
Yep.
Too difficult, and that bird is already flown to other countries.
Yeah.
So what's left? And I gave up, but then I took a nap, got a good idea that if we could make a cutter all to do the sewing, the only problem is that how do you get the needle through the vacuum table?
Yeah.
So you have to have a hole that the needle goes through, but you
don't
can't
give anything away here.
No, I'm
People
not.
might be listening.
It's here.
Yeah.
We got patents on it. It's fine. So came up with this idea. Let's say you can make a loop with a conveyor. And I worked a lot with conveyor belts.
Okay.
Because material handling on flatbed cutters is everything.
Yeah.
So if we could find a way to move the belt around the sewing mechanics, the button part, then you could actually move a hole around on a flat surface.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you can move a hole around on a flat surface, you can now secure the fabric in one position with vacuum while you do the sewing.
Yeah.
And now while we're at it, we'll do the cutting too. Because you need...
So you kind of like, if you talk in sewing terms, my mum was a seamstress. And she did teach me to sew. My dad was a printer, so I was destined to be in this industry. But it's like the foot on a sewing machine, isn't it? But what you're doing is you're moving that foot, secures the fabric. You are actually putting that underneath and helping it all.
The bobbin, under the lower thread.
Yeah.
The trick is to get the needle down and then connect.
Yeah. Yep.
And that connection has to be very accurate.
Yes.
And we have to move it around.
Yeah, at speed.
And we do that.
Yeah, it's great.
It's the same thing on embroidery machines.
Yep.
That's also, some machine move around. But because we use vacuum, you don't need frames.
Yeah, okay.
And that's a huge change, because now you can go directly from rolls like we're doing right here. You roll it through. Secure the vacuum
Steen,
and move the process.
This is so important though. For many years, I have watched like the Gerber machine years ago. I remember doing the Print Make Wear event for FESPA all of those years ago, and watching the Gerber machine and watching it do all of its automated cutting. But then at the end of the day, it all fell off.
Yeah.
All of those cut parts fall off. the end of the cutting machine.
I know, yeah.
And you kind of think, okay, we've started somewhere.
Yeah.
This will be resolved eventually. And
Yeah.
what you're doing here is that step, because the future of print and the future of manufacturing is about eliminating processes that we don't actually need. It's about rethinking how we've done things in the past and using your engineering skills alongside the whole. It's just bringing all of those brains together, isn't it?
It's like, in a way it's an advantage. We didn't know much about sewing.
Yeah.
So we went into this, thought it was easy. It's not so easy actually.
Yeah, I know.
But we got the fundamentals in place where we can process with the sewing, connecting and moving around and then hold it with vacuum. And then all fabrics, textiles need to be cut.
Yes.
No exception.
Yeah, no exception.
So we do the sewing and then we do the cutting. We could also cut first and then sewing.
Okay, right.
We cut with a laser. So first we sew, like here we're demonstrating cutting and sewing a Kita for SUG graphics.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're done with the sewing, we come back and cut.
Great. Okay,
and because we don't move...
So doing it that way around as well, you're holding the tension of the fabric, aren't you? As opposed to 1,000 different little pieces.
Right.
That's fantastic.
So the big saving here, we're not going to be a whole lot more faster sewing it in itself. That's based on the stitching speed. But we get rid of all the handling.
Yeah,
and that's what I understand about. That's about 80% of the time spent making sewn products is the handling.
It is,
because every time you move it, you got to re-register it.
And what comes off the machine is a finished product.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. I believe you won an award as well. You won the pinnacle.
We won that
award at Tex Process.
Yeah,
was
Tex
it?
Process.
Tex Process last year. Well done.
And then we won one here in the US at a seminar.
That's great.
Wide format printing.
Yeah, you'll need to get yourself a cabinet soon for all of these awards.
Yeah, I gotta get a wall.
Or a big shelf.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Steen, thank you.
One thing I want to say though is that the first phase here is people are struggling with finding people that want to do the sewing as a career.
Yeah.
But phase 2 in this, in about 1, 2, 3 years, what we can do here is we can actually sew in contours.
Yes. Yeah.
That means that we can do circular SUGs. We can do SUGs that are shaped like a logo.
Yeah.
So that's going to add. It's going to be a big differentiator to monitors that are always rectangular.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a more interesting layout of booths.
Do you see this technology as well kind of moving into the interior industry where you sit with products like cushions and things like that, things that are ultimately flat?
Yes.
And then as the technology then builds?
See, my love is in the graphics, in printing. I'm a 3rd generation printer.
Are you? Wow.
My father had a printing house and his father had one. So I've been in this industry a long time, but the technology can be used for like cushions, industrial filters, ventilation. There's so much.
There's so many applications.
What we're doing is also bulletproof vests.
Yeah. Gosh.
Sewing is such a general purpose method that we can use, but we start in graphics.
Sometimes people get really scared about robotics and automation, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a long time before robotics replace the seamstresses and tailors who are creating couture gowns, if that ever happens. Yeah. But there's a huge amount of mass industrial manufacture that where people struggle, people don't want those jobs, so that job is replaced by machinery and AI and just automating, taking the sweat out of it basically, and also massively reducing wasted energy, time and resources.
And it's gonna, I see it as a little bit liberating the wide format printing. Yeah. Because now you can do more with the printing. Yes. When you can do more with the finishing.
You can, yeah. So, and also it's supporting the on-demand business model.
Yes.
Because you can't have labour on demand. Yeah. You've got labour labour's on the foot plate the whole time. Right. But you can turn it off.
No, this is I think this is going to create more jobs.
Just need to move this way a little bit. That's great.
It's going to create more jobs than it's going to hurt jobs.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Well, Steen, thank you so much.
Okay.
I look forward to diving into all of this in more detail in the future.
And next year you'll see us with a bigger, wider machine.
Bigger and better.
And more shapes.
More shapes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.